Hello and welcome to an episode of the Farr Show where I am David Farr, and tonight we're talking about Titanfall. It's been 10 years of Titanfall actually at this point. A little more than 10 years because this is coming out a little bit after Titanfall, released originally. But I wanted to talk about Titanfall and what an effect it's had on me. Honestly, I never played the first Titanfall, really ever. I own it on Xbox 360 and Xbox One, but I never really played it, and PC for some reason. But I never really played it. I played Titanfall 2, the campaign, and the multiplayer a little bit, but not enough to say I'm a huge fan. But really, I wanted to talk about what's not in Titanfall 2 from Titanfall 1. So I think that's kind of a cool thing to think of. Maybe they should add all this stuff into Titanfall 2, because they're sunsetting Titanfall 1 eventually. I think pretty soon, honestly. I think they should really, put everything from Titanfall 1 into 2. I know not everything will work because of mechanics changing and everything, but still, I think it'd be the right way to go, if I'm being completely honest. So, this is just really about game preservation. This whole video is going to be about game preservation. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my Titanfall experience, which is Titanfall 1 I never had once again. Until recently, I got it. I never really played it, though, much. But I knew a guy in high school, because this was like high school time that Titanfall came out. I feel really old now that I'm thinking about that. High school was about 10 years ago. So this guy had an Xbox One and Titanfall. He was one of the few people I knew who had an Xbox One at the time. Obviously, I since got one, but, I never had one. So I would just talk to him about Titanfall, because we'd have classes. I think this class wasn't an everyday thing, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But I remember talking to him all the time about Titanfall and being like, hey, how'd it go? How'd matches go? And he would just talk for the whole class. He could talk about this game. So that just makes me realize how good of a game it was. But I never played it. Ironic, I know. I played Titanfall 2, though. So we're going to talk about, once again, game preservation here. And I want to talk about how the fact that Titanfall 2 doesn't have everything from Titanfall 1. So, let's start with the base game with maps here. So, the base game has 4 of the 15 maps are in Titanfall 2. So, we got, what are missing is Airbase, Boneyard, Corporate, Demeter, Fracture, Lagoon, Nexus, Outpost 207, Outlook, Smuggler's Cove, and Training Ground. Those are the base game ones that aren't there. There's 4 that made it. I don't have them written down, honestly. Because once again, this is just about preservation. Then you got the Expedition DLC, which has 1 of 3 maps. So the 2 that didn't make it are Runoff and Swampland. Then you got Frontier's Edge, which has 0 in Titanfall 2, which is Dig Site, Export, Haven. IMC Rising, which has 3 maps that didn't make it, which is Backwater, Sand Trap, and Zone 18. And then Titanfall Online, we're putting this in here. There's 3 maps that were never in anything but that, which is Box, Dawn, and Nest. Like I said, I feel like it's just a preservation situation. I get that Titanfall Online didn't last long, but I feel like you should have that somewhere, so people can still experience it. I mean, the best way to describe it is, though I love Halo 2, Halo 3 had some of the maps from Halo 2. I mean, like, Lockout became Blackout, which it still worked in Halo 3. It still played differently, but it was still there, is the big thing that I'm kind of pointing out. Then we got modes. These modes are not in Titanfall 2, which is Deadly Ground, Hardpoint Domination, Pilot Hunter, Pilot Skirmish, and Wingman Last Titan Standing, which Wingman Last Titan Standing just sounds amazing. I assume it's like Wingman for Gears of War, but you're in a Titan. Because Wingman in Gears of War was one of the best modes that I played there. Then we got Titans. All Titans from Titanfall are in Titanfall 2, but Titanfall Online is missing a few, which is Destroyer Class Titan and Strider Class Titan. I just felt it was noteworthy to point it out here. Then we got weapons. We got Titanfall. 19 of 23 are in there. So there's a couple missing from the Pilot, and then there's 1 missing from the Titan. So there's the Triple Threat, which is missing from the Titan. Then we got the G2A4 Battle Rifle, which is kind of in there. The Hammond Pistol, or the Hammond P011, the Smart Pistol MK5, those kind of made it in a way, so, I mean, cool. Then we got Titanfall Online, which 2 Titan ones, and then 1 Pilot, which is the Valkyrie Sniper Rifle for the Pilot. Charge Cannon and Rotary Cannon did not make it, so just feel like, they should add them. I just feel like, it's one of those situations where they should work towards preservation. We're in an age where preservation isn't an all-time high, but an all-time low somehow. All these games are digital. I mean, the best way to describe it is look at the Wii eShop going away, the 3DS and the Wii U eShop gone. There's hundreds of games that are just gone now. You can't get them anymore. The only way to get them is illegally. And I feel bad even thinking that way, personally. The PSP store is gone. The PS3 store is about to be gone. The PS Vita is probably going out with the PS3. And then the Xbox 360 stores are gone. Which the Xbox 360 store begs to the question, if the 360 store goes away, can you still get those games on your Xbox One or Series X? Because there's backwards compatible ones. I don't know. And it worries me. So, really, I think these all should be added to Titanfall 2. Or even better, just add it all to Titanfall 3. Just make Titanfall 3. So, what do you think about Titanfall, Titanfall 2, and Titanfall Online? If you played them, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and have a far off night.